Hello everyone, my name is Harsh, bearing the USN 1BI20CS069, and today we are going to discuss about the topic Turing machines, and our problem for the day is construct a Turing machine that can accept the strings over 0, 1 containing an even number of ones and odd number of zeros. So the things or the points that we should keep in mind are that we would be constructing a Turing machine that would take an even number of ones and an odd number of zeros, that is 111000 is a valid string and 001 is an invalid string. Okay, so solving the problem, we come into our JFLAP software and select the Turing machine. Okay, so we have an initial node which is denoted by Q0. So okay, this is the initial state, and this is not going to be the final state because this an empty string is not a valid string. It should have an odd number of zeros, that is at least 1 0 is our minimal string. So we would have 4 states that we would traverse to check for an even number of ones and odd number of zeros. So this is for 1 1 and move to the right. So if in our Turing tape we get 1, we replace it by 1 and move to the right, and again return. So this is a transition diagram for an even number of ones. Similarly, we do it for below down here. Okay, so now for odd number of zeros. Sorry. Okay, okay. So in a given figure, if Q0 is the final state, then it is for even number of ones and even number of zeros. So for our given problem statement, since we need even number of ones and odd number of zeros, so our final state is going to be Q3, because Q3 takes even number of ones but odd number of zeros. So since Q3 is going to be a final state, we draw a final state here. We declare it as a final state. And since for our Turing machine, this is going to be a final state, that is when we observe a blank, and then this is going to be the final state. Okay, so now we are going to check for the inputs if our Turing machine transition diagram is valid or not, or whatever our Turing machine is, whether it is valid or not. So let us input a valid string, that is 10110001. So as we can observe, in a given string we have even number of ones but odd number of zeros. So when we step, initially it is at state Q0. Since we receive 1, so it transitions to state Q1. Again it's receives 0 here, so it transitions to state Q2. Now it receives 1, it transitions to state Q3. It receives 1, it transitions to state Q2. Now it receives 0, so it transitions to state Q1. Again it is going to receive 0, so it transitions to state Q2. Now it receives 1 and it transitions to state Q3. And since it is a blank character now, so now we transition to state Q4 and it is an accepted string. So we can see that our transition diagram for the Turing machine is working, or our Turing machine is valid. Now let us see for an invalid case, that is an even number of zeros and odd number of ones, that is 001. So this should be invalid. Since we initially received 0, so we transition to state Q3. We again receive 0, so we transition to state Q0. Now we receive 1, so we transition to state Q1, and now it is a blank character, but Q1 does not have a case for blank character, so it is an invalid case, that is our Turing machine does not take it as a valid case for 001. And so what we have discussed is we have drawn the transition diagram for the Turing machine, that is for even number of ones and odd number of zeros, and we have checked for a valid case and for an invalid case. Thank you.